Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. This is Life in Denver. Today we're covering a fun one. We're going to be going over all the different areas that we think are perfect depending on your wants and needs, whether it's going to be, hey, you're big into outdoor activities, whether you really need a good school district, or hey, you want an area that offers new build opportunities, right? So all that's what we're going to be covering in this video. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely want to stick around. All right, guys, so jumping into things, in terms of what we find, a lot of the people we talk with who end up moving out to Colorado, it's because of the outdoor activities, it's because of the nature, and just how many fun things you can do out here that honestly doesn't always exist in a lot of the other states here in the US. So what we're finding is the top three things we typically talk to people about is hiking, of course. Hiking, having the Rocky Mountains out here in your backyard it's really tough to beat. It's super scenic out here, amazing views, and honestly, a great proximity all throughout the metro. It doesn't have to be, hey, everything on the west side is the only thing that has fun access. Like, even being in Denver, a lot of these hikes are very accessible within 45 minutes or less, frankly. So it's hiking, it's surprisingly even water activities. We have a lot of fun lakes out here, which we'll get into. And then the third thing to call out for you guys too is just, it's not just summertime activities, it's wintertime activities too. So there's skiing and snowboarding, there's big ice skating rinks they set up, which we'll get into. There's a lot of holiday activities. So with that being said, those are the three we really want to focus in on, you guys. And then from there, we're going to give you some specific kind of areas to target each activity. So jumping into hiking specifically, hiking is going to be probably the biggest draw here for people. And what we find is one of the biggest spots to go hiking out here, not surprisingly, is Boulder, Colorado. So Boulder is an awesome town. It's a college town and it is busy. They have a ton of fun stuff. It's not just hiking, but hiking specifically as we're targeting here, they have the Flatirons hike is one of the most popular ones out there. That's a gorgeous hike. And again, it's within 45 minutes of Denver, downtown Denver. So like, you have great proximity, whether you're living in the city, whether you're living in a suburb, etc. It's very accessible versus having to go all the way out to like a Vail or an Aspen, etc. Also sticking on that western side, another town that comes to mind is Lakewood and Morrison. Those have great hiking options out there as well. Just because not only do they have hiking out there, but the reason we call that out too is they also have great proximity to some of those water activities. They have somewhere called Bear Creek Lake Park, which is an awesome spot. They actually have two different bodies of water, one for just for your regular pedestrian swimming and paddleboarding, etc. Another one specifically for motorized vehicles, so boating and all of that. So it's nice you're not maybe catching that boat runoff where you're trying to swim and enjoy yourself with the kids. They have a big, a big beach area set up for hanging out in the summertime. And then one more to call out on that western side is Littleton. So Littleton has two big state parks. They have Chatfield State Park, which again offers water activities. They have a big dog park out there, 60 acres, all fenced in, off leash, lake in the middle for your dog, great time. And then they also have Roxborough State Park. Roxborough is going to be more of that hiking, more of that mountain biking, all of that fun stuff like we're calling out. So really just a ton of fun opportunities over there to enjoy all those different activities. And then I know Monique, she's all excited for the holidays. She wants to talk on it. We're not going to take it from her, but they have Christmas tree lighting, they have ice skating, so all that fun stuff for the holidays too. Monique,
there we go.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, no, exactly. So one of the cool things too about living out in the east side of the Denver metro is a lot of the activities involved holidays, even in the central Denver, right? So
yeah,
wanting to call out the first and foremost, the Southlands Mall out in Aurora. So one of the cool things that happens is they really make it like a holiday experience, right? For you and the family. What they do is they definitely set up like an ice skating rink. If you are looking to get out with the family and, it is a cold, brisk morning, you could definitely go and get, your skates and get on the ice rink, which is really something fun to do for you and your family. Another thing too, there you go. Yeah, right. Another thing you can do too is if you're not into ice skating and you want to get, some shopping done, you can leave, the dad with the kiddos and mom can go get some Christmas shopping done. Yep. So definitely, a great option in terms of that.
It is nice how they blend it too. They have the shopping and the fun activities.
Exactly, yeah. And then the other thing too to call out over there is, they do have like the lighting of the trees and different kind of just holiday thing activities for the family and for the kids. So something super fun. Another thing too to call out there is the
well, something else I want to call out while Monique figures out what she's going to talk about. What's really cool out here in the winter too is they have hot springs all throughout the metro, and especially on the western slopes too. So what's cool about that is there's one that really comes to mind. It's a little bit further out there. It's out in Glenwood Springs actually, but they have Iron Mountain Hot Springs, which is an awesome spot because they have all these different various hot tubs, I guess, but they are natural hot springs that they've kind of converted to be more commercialized. They have like a big outdoor bar and everything, so you can have your nice little drinks. You can have a nice day in the hot springs. see the snow-capped mountains out there. It's like an incredible view that I highly recommend checking out.
So that's what you're doing on the weekends?
Yeah, that's what I do on the mountain.
There you go.
Well, you figured out what you're trying to say over there. I'm over here. I'm already on my way to the hot springs. But
there you go.
There's just so many unique things. Like where I grew up out there in the Northeast, like we didn't have hot springs. That wasn't a thing. Out here, even when it is cold, people are thinking like, oh, what if I don't ski or I don't snowboard? Like, can I still enjoy winter? Definitely, you can still enjoy winter. Like, there's so many fun things to do. And again, like, you don't need to be athletic to sit in the hot springs. Like, that's just a chill day. So there is so many fun things to do out here when it comes to the outdoor activities.
Right. And another cool thing too, though, that I remember, thank you, Joe, was actually wanting to talk about the actual, and it is not East Aurora. It's actually kind of, I'd say, southeastern area. Definitely, you know, Centennial offers a lot of options too in terms of the ice rink and has the same feel as the Aurora Southlands Mall. One of the things is it does have a lot of shopping, and you definitely, you know, have the option to let your kids go in the ice rink in the center too. So don't just think that Aurora is the only location that offers the ice rink. Aurora offers that. Also, Centennial has the ice rink. Downtown, actually, downtown is probably the best one. Yeah, it is the best one because it is the McGregor Square. And so if you're familiar with the area, you know it's like one of the biggest TV screens, outdoor seating areas. People like to go to watch like sporting matches. They like to go watch sports games.
The big watch parties.
Exactly, big watch parties. But in the holidays, they actually do a cool big ice rink for the family. So, you know, definitely great options in terms of dining and getting the kiddos out and still having kind of some adult time.
All right, so the reason we wanted to start with the outdoor activities was just because of the fact that, you know, as much as you could love a specific home, as much as you could love, you know, hey, this is a big lot size, whatever it may be, you gotta like where you're living at the end of the day. And if where you're at is too far away from all those activities you want to be near, that's gonna be a problem for you guys. So I think the next most important thing to jump into for you guys is, let's talk on, hey, one, new build opportunities, because that's what's offering some of the best rates and some of the best pricing in the market today. But new builds do have the downside of, hey, they don't always come with the biggest lot sizes. So if you don't want new builds, if you want more lot size, more privacy, we're gonna jump into that in this next point as well. So both of those being said, a quick little reminder for you guys, we are licensed realtors out here, and these are the things we want to decide with you guys. So based on your wants and needs, based on the amount of space you need, we'd love to kind of make that decision together and figure out what's the right area for you. So that number down below, call us, text us, anything you need. We'd love to help you with that. But with that being said, starting with new build opportunities, frankly, I think is a great one. Some of the biggest areas we think of that come to mind for us when it comes to new build opportunities is, we were just down in the Canyons actually, which is in Castle Pines the other day, which is a gorgeous new build community. The reason I want to start with that one is, what we tend to find with some of these new build communities is, one, the lack of a bigger lot size, but two, really, they're a little bit more off the beaten path sometimes. And so it can be a little bit trickier if you want access to shopping and dining, access to commuting to your job if you're working in potentially downtown Denver, etc. So what's really nice about the Canyons down there in Castle Pines is it's about a half hour south of Denver, so great proximity to that downtown Denver area. But also they do offer some bigger lot sizes. They do offer what they call resort style living in that neighborhood, which is really cool too, because they also have, you know, a full-on swimming pool down there. They have a fitness center. They have the Exchange, which is a really cool coffee house out there. They have so many fun things that will keep you just nestled in that one community. A lot of time you don't even need to leave. So we call out how they have the Exchange coffee house there. Hey, you don't have to go and get your coffee anymore. You can just stay within your own neighborhood, grab your coffee, hang out at the little playground with your kids on a weekend morning. It's gorgeous there. And you know, that's just one, right? So Castle Pines is a great area, but if you want to be more on that western side, because hey, that's where, you know, all the activities like we're calling out you want to be next to. You have Littleton as well as another one that comes to mind, because we have Sterling Ranch down there. We just did a video comparing those two neighborhoods, and you know, they have a lot of similarities, but at the end of the day, location is what's most important. What's nice about the Canyons, kind of comparing to Sterling though, is the Canyons offers a bigger lot size a lot of the time. So if lot size is important, but you want all of the opportunities of a new build as well, maybe that's something to consider.
Yep, and another cool one too on the western side is actually Solterra. So definitely, it has a beautiful views. It's beautiful. That's a great thing. They have like this beautiful pool, like resort style pool, outlooking the mountains. Definitely great access to Morrison, even Golden in terms of hiking and getting, you know, outdoors. But that's a beautiful community as well, and it has like its own unique sense and unique kind of vibe in terms of housing styles and, you know, what it has in terms of offerings for people who are looking to live there. Definitely one you don't want to, you know, overlook if you are thinking that you do want to be close to the western slope. Not to say you can't get into the mountains if you live on the east side, like Aurora has. The Aurora Highlands is a new community, a new development community.
Aurora is the motherland of new builds. We always joke.
Exactly.
Like, that's where, if you want the best price, the best selection, and you're not so much worried about being near that western slope,
right?
Man, Aurora is the spot. That's
Right.
by far the best opportunity for new builds. And then there's going to be little various pockets on that west side and that south side as well.
Right. And even if you're in Aurora, you do have access to the western slope, right?
do,
Like it's
you do.
still, it could be a 40-minute drive, you know, leaving the Aurora Highlands. Because one of the things that Joe was talking about that was very unique in terms of the canyons was ease of access to I-25.
Yep.
Right now, Aurora Highlands is still in the early phases of development. So there's no local coffee house, there's
Yeah, but
no
it does have
local
good
things,
proximity still.
but it does have close proximity
the
to the
airport's got good
highway.
proximity.
Exactly. So it is close proximity in terms of having access to the airport and other things, and all that development is coming. So, you know, some communities already have that established and going in, and that's why, you know, we tend to help our clients know, hey, this is the plan for this community, this is what
How
they're
far
planning,
along are they,
how
et
far
cetera.
along are they?
Yeah.
That way you know exactly what to expect when you're moving into a community, and you know if they'll have their overpriced coffee or underpriced coffee, depending on when you go.
Potentially. We always talk about how
Exactly.
you know, the earlier you get in, the better pricing you're getting, and potentially the more appreciation down the road too. So, you know, people might say, oh, Aurora isn't as developed as something like Solterra on that west side. Definitely true, but it's also reflected in the price point. So you might be getting a better entry price when it comes to the Aurora new builds as opposed to something like Solterra. You know, you might be spending 600 something just for a townhome. Not to say it's not worth it, but if that's not within the budget, the price range you're kind of targeting,
Right.
maybe Aurora is that better option. So all throughout the metro, so many great new build opportunities. I think the other thing to call out for these guys though is, you know, if new builds aren't your thing and maybe, you know, incentives and all this isn't such a concern, but you want maybe some more privacy, some bigger lots, there's so much opportunity for that out here too. You don't think that because you'll hear people complain like, oh, you know, the Denver Metro has such tiny lots. And yes, there are tiny lots, you know, with the city lots and some of the various suburbs, but you can 100% find, you know, acre plus lots throughout the metro as well. Parker, we were just there the other day.
Right.
That's one of the first ones that comes to mind for me because Parker's really, really cool. You find there are all various communities, whether it is you want a new build, they offer that, of course, but they also offer some of the more established communities that have, you know, maybe they're backing up to a golf course. We went to Pradera the other day, is a gorgeous one. We went to the Pinery, is really cool. And these are some big lots, some of these. So Parker's a great spot if that's what you're interested in. Also, I feel like if you do want to be on that west side, you definitely can check out some of those mountain towns, like whether it's, you know, Golden, whether it is Morrison.
Even Boulder, some of the
Yeah,
Boulder homes, if you're
definitely.
up in the mountains, they do come with more land. So depending, you know, on your budget and what you're looking to spend and where you want to be, right? If it's important to have that acreage, you also have options in Boulder and Golden and other areas. So definitely don't feel like, hey, you know, I'm looking for a bigger lot. I'm, you know, stuck to these particular areas. We know the area. We know where we could definitely help you with your needs in terms of finding, you know, that lot size you're looking for and the home you're looking for.
Absolutely, guys. So I feel like both of those are just key points to lock in. So whatever it is your needs, we'd love to discuss it. And from there, we'll jump into the next point here for you guys.
All right, guys, and what do most people say, right? Happy wife, happy life. And a lot of us like shopping. And so I wanted to focus on a little bit, you know, what are the areas to go to in terms of having, you know, quick access to shopping. And one of the biggest ones, obviously, that comes to mind is Castle Rock. Castle Rock offers one of the greatest like
Right next to the
options in
canyons.
terms, yep, right next to the canyons, offers a great access in terms of, you know, different shopping options. They have TJ Maxx, they have, you know, the outlets, they have the Le Creuset, because we all know Joe wants to be a chef.
I pretend to cook.
There we go.
But they also have a Chick-fil-A if you can't cook like myself. So they got everything there for you.
Right, so definitely some great options in terms of going outdoors, you know, hitting the outlets, not necessarily paying full price. You're looking for like the Nike store,
Stingy
you
like
have
myself, worry about everyone's
Lululemon,
budget.
there you go, Lululemon store, you know, depending on what your needs and wants. They also have like a Carter's store for kids. So definitely a great place to go if you're looking for the holiday, you know, gifting and any birthdays, anything like that. Definitely offers great options. And not too far from there is actually Park Meadows.
Yep,
Park
that was the
Meadows
next town I was
is
gonna call out.
another
That's
popular
right.
mall, and it's really pretty in the sense of
It's in
you go
Lone Tree for you
inside. It
guys.
is in Lone Tree, so it's about 15 minutes or so north of the canyons. There you go. See the canyons? We're pushing those. It has
That's why we
access
say,
to
like,
both.
yeah. This is the stuff that's easily accessible to something like the canyon. So, you know, like Monique's calling out, Park Meadows is going to be different from Castle Rock. So
Right.
Castle Rock, although it has a ton of fun outlets, as well as a ton of fun deals for you guys, Park Meadows is going to be more of that just generic true shopping mall. So yeah, you may be feeling, you know, full price over there, but it's a really cool spot, even if you don't want to shop, just to go check out, because they have like little riverways, all outdoor shopping centers there. It's like being on the West Coast where like they're used to having, you know, nice weather year round, as opposed to we catch some snow every now and then, as I'm sure you guys are aware. You know, it's fun because they have outdoor seating with like the heating and everything, and you can get like the cool little views of the riverways going throughout the shops and everything. It's a very unique mall, and especially come Christmas time, like it's all lit up out there. It's a really, really cool place to bring the kids and enjoy some holiday activities out there.
Another cool one too is of course Aurora Southlands.
of course.
Southlands malls offers a lot of different shopping as well. Definitely more on the outdoor side, similar to Castle Rock. So definitely if you are planning on going during the winter, make sure you do bundle up. But it offers great access in terms of all the different shops and also a lot of different restaurant options. And if you're going during the holidays, it's very jolly.
Yes, it is,
So definitely a great place. And then another one that Joe and I haven't really touched upon yet is the outlets in Thornton.
Yeah,
exactly. So Thornton offers great outlets too. It's a big mall, it's outdoor, similar to Castle Rock. I feel like it's the same feel, and it is up north. So if you're living in like Westminster or Thornton or even Commerce City, that could be a common, shopping ground for a lot of people, and it offers a lot of different outlets and a lot of different stores. So definitely worthwhile in terms of calling out. And then another one too, I don't want to necessarily forget, even though it is on the smaller scale, I would say is the streets of South Glen. South Glen is really unique in the sense of it is in Centennial, but it's very unique in the sense of, it has little mom and pops restaurants. So you can definitely go in, grab some fun on a cold day like today, stop at Bath and Body Works, because you all love the smell goods, the lotions, right? And like the sanitizers. Yes, I'm a germaphobe, so I like using like their hand smell good sanitizers. So definitely great options. Yeah, there we go.
Once this goes off, just get away from it.
Exactly. And they have like an H&M store. They also have your Whole Foods. So if you're planning on, hosting for the holidays, definitely I feel like a lot of these shopping areas really took some forethought in terms of, hey, let's offer grocery stores, let's offer shops for clothing, let's offer shops for kids, like really inclusive in terms of their offerings. So definitely ones not to, miss out.
Yeah, and the reason we say this to you guys when we name off, this long laundry list of places is we're basically wrapping fully around the entire Denver metro.
Right.
So like Thornton, all that's going to be up to, to the north. You're going to have Aurora off to the east, Park Meadows and, Castle Rock and all that down to the south. So basically just like full circle, no matter where you're living, what you're getting at here is just, there's so many different shopping activities, dining activities all throughout the metro. It's not like, hey, you got to live in downtown Denver, and if you don't, you're not going to have the access to shopping. You're not going to have the access to restaurants. Like, it's just not the case. Most of these suburbs, they've done such a good job in terms of just developing their own little, unique suburbia to where you can access just about everything you're going to need without ever even leaving that town. So that's why we say to you guys, like, yes, there are going to be better options depending on your specific wants and needs, but overall, it's hard to make a bad choice out here. So just whatever it is you're really focused in on, whatever, of these options we're calling out is most important to you, that's when we lock in the area for you guys. All right, guys, so I'm stealing Monique's point for once. We're going to talk on schools next because at the end of the day, it's great having, outdoor activities, it's fun shopping and all that, but you also want to make sure, hey, when you do start that family, when you do think about reselling your house, schools are one of the most important things to consider. So to me, there's 3 areas that come top of mind just because they typically land top 3 when it comes to school district ranking. So Boulder's number 1, just about always, with the exclusion of down in Colorado Springs, there's Cheyenne Mountain, but that's not really considered a part of the Denver Metro. So this is focusing on not Colorado as a state, but the Denver Metro as a whole. Boulder typically ranks number 1. So that's going to have your schools, it's going to have your outdoor activities like we're calling out, as well as maybe they don't have a full-on shopping center like some of these other areas, but they do have Pearl Street Mall, which is another fun place to check out, whether it's for shopping, whether it's for the holidays. They get all lit up out there, and it is just all outdoor streets for shopping and stuff. So really, really cool spot. So Boulder's number 1. And then typically what you find is year over year, it switches back and forth. So it's going to be Cherry Creek School District against the Littleton schools. So Cherry Creek is interesting in the sense of it actually doesn't encompass Cherry Creek, the part of Denver, which you would think being in the name for whatever reason. But what it does encompass is certain different areas. So it's going to be mainly Southeast Aurora is what you see get captured there. Southeast Aurora is one of the areas we're calling out with Southlands Mall. It's going to have access to the new builds down there. So Southeast Aurora is one of the most popular spots we see people moving to. So that's another great option as well, because all 3 of these areas, Littleton included, have great schools, have great outdoor activities, and just a ton of fun stuff to do. So we really see some of these being the most popular areas to move to here in the metro.
So you may be wondering about the commute and how long it takes to get from these suburbs or from these areas to Denver. One of the cool things about Denver is it's actually not as heavy in terms of traffic as some of like your cities, like in Miami, for example, or New York, Boston, exactly, the traffic. So definitely one of the unique things about Denver is you could essentially be from, one of the suburbs into downtown Denver within 45 minutes or less. Now, that's assuming there's no big snowstorm or it's not like raining like crazy or big accidents. Oh, whatever. Hey, we all agree that I'm the better driver here, so stop. But that's one of the cool things about the Denver Metro is you definitely have easy access, depending on if you're going from Castle Rock to downtown, it's about 45 minutes. Whether you're going from the outlets in Thornton to downtown, it's about 40 minutes or less. So definitely great options in terms of accessibility. We are recommending you have a vehicle here if you are planning, to live in the suburbs, because like we mentioned before, before, not all the suburbs offer access to like the train and light rail. So definitely something, you know, to call out. And guys, as much as Joe and I love making these videos for you, we would love to help with any real estate needs you may have. Please feel free to contact us at the information on your screen. You can also leave comments below. If you want to see, you know, a topic we haven't necessarily covered, feel free to leave that in the comments. We're making these for you and essentially want to be of use to you guys. So we hope that you found this useful, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Like Monique's calling out, anything you guys want to see, any info we can get you specifically, let us know anytime. Don't have to call us, leave a comment, whatever it is, we're going to make that video for you guys. So thank you so much. Happy holidays. Talk to you guys soon.